Okay.
Yeah, I haven't tried to load the. I'll try to load the world map in. That might make mine blow up too.
No, it was just Undwin's token that I will add that now. All right, so here is the caravan. And all the tokens for the caravan.
Oh, everyone.
Everyone is
Hey,
there.
Thilana, get out of here. You kicked to the curb,
Yeah,
Thilana.
okay, so there's the master's wagon. He's got a nice covered wagon, a Roman-style wagon. He has his own slave driver as well as a couple of imperial guards, and it's pulled by 4 very large draft horses, and Joram the Hin does stay in the wagon. There is the slave wagon, or the gladiator's wagon, pulled by driven by Old Whitey, who is also a slave. There's 2 oxen. I believe one was called Lefty and Righty. Was that the name?
I think they were lefty and righty. And last we heard, we were going to put dresses on them. Also, your camera is still muted,
Sorry, as I was running around.
or not muted, but you know what I'm saying.
And then we've got the supply wagon with another driver. Bortho spends a lot of time in the supply wagon. Then trailing all of this mess is the Stygian soldiers that are not on the wagons themselves. They get to walk. So Thilana is no longer here, and I'm going to try to re-find Undwin wherever I had his token. There he is.
Get over here. So Sam tries to make certain that he's between Snowbeard and the kid
I
pretty
think
much
it
at all
was kind
times.
of like this, I think.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are traveling along the Road of Sorrow. Let's go to the map of Tarak. I'm only going to expose a little bit of it, because this is all you know. I'm not going to show you exactly where the Imperial City is, even though the Masters know where the Imperial City
He's
is.
the moo cow.
Yes, you are the token that I made was the bullhorns.
We are the moo cow.
So you started off in Grand Bastion, and overland. This is a port city as well. You were brought from the Grand Bastion to the Citadel by the Sea. From the Citadel by the Sea, you were transported to Crypthead. Crypthead is where you fought with the in the necromancer's den. And then you traversed to Quatra. Quatra is where the 4 pillars and where you became gladiators. And now you are continuing your traversal westward along the map. For scale, give me a second. I may adjust this a little bit, but effectively you're traversing a continent. This is taking many days to traverse. And if that was like, yeah, you could probably spend 3 months on the road between here and the Imperial capital. So these are not 12-mile hexes. They're more like 100-mile hexes. Maybe 90-mile hexes. Like, there's a lot of road and a lot of space. So this was built. Donjon.sh or bin.sh has a good tool, and the tool actually has started to appear on a few other websites. So if you search for random fantasy map generator, you're able to do this. But I found one. I spent about 20 minutes generating different ones, and I found one where the 2 continents are squished together, and they're sort of connected around here. And the Imperial City is somewhere way the hell over here.
Let
So
me
you're
zoom out.
traveling-
Could you waggle again?
Yeah, let me waggle. The Imperial City is... Let me force and center you guys. You guys are here right now. You've traveled this far, and the Imperial City is somewhere way the heck over here.
I was not zoomed out enough.
And Vatapol is somewhere here. This is where Nitzer Cray had his fight when Mark and I played the other night. And Tindar Slave Market is the next place that you're going to, which is traversing along a bunch of mountains and through hills. You're going to go towards Tindar Slave Market. He was wondering whether or not he should take a northern route. He said the slaves were really strong up north. Up north is kind of where you end up in the barbarous lands of the Corsican Peninsula. This is where the Course are from, i.e. Magnus's people. Magnus's people do not make good subjects, as you can see from Magnus's actions his display in the arena. But you spend many days on the road heading towards the Tindar slave market. Once in the market itself, well, let's see. Random encounter on the road. Yes, there is.
Caranoban and the Falcon's Head Brotherhood come and free the slaves.
No. Those people that tried to free slaves, you saw them hanging from the tree. You know, there's some reason why they were hung.
Was there a guy with a big hat?
A long way back. I'm going to go back to the Road of Sorrow map, as there is an encounter up ahead. Unfortunately, it is not an encounter that they break the slave gladiators out for, but you can see a man struggling to get a dead person into a cart. The cart is a gruesome thing, and I'll zoom in on this. It is full of bodies. There are two upright skeletal things that are wearing chainmail and have long swords in their hands, as well as shields. And the two horses that are pulling the cart look like they are one cloven step towards death itself. He is off to the side, digging. He's like partially pulling this corpse out of a ditch, and his cart is blocking the way.
Snowbeard sees this and goes, "Wow, who hasn't had that problem?"
Eventually somebody does go forward, or like one of the Imperial soldiers, the two Imperial soldiers hop off to see, "Get that cart out of the way. Here cometh your better, Zamocles Branderson." Well, I don't know about that. I am not too sure I know that name. Who are you? What are those? Don't worry, they are legal. I am the son of a member of the Order of Fossers. I am Radamer Fink, of the Fink clan. They don't seem to recognize that. That's supposed to mean something. I have papers. Perhaps you good gentlemen could help me move this corpse. I am a collector of the dead, also legal. All right. That corpse looks rather ripe. Yes, it is rather ripe. Perfect pickings. No one else wants it, and its bones haven't been disturbed. We'll get some of the Stygians to do it. Yeah, or the slaves. It's not a bad idea. Oh, we have to... it's just a pain in the ass to get them in and out. Get some of the Stygians to do it. Hey! Captain! Get two of your men to come over here and help this old fosser grab a corpse off the road. There's some hand-me-downs, and eventually one of the guys who thought was going to one of the guys who was going to use you as pincushion practice, like he is yet to do that.
Yep.
What are you looking at? Dink! One of them hits the side of the bars with a pole axe as they're going by.
Sam gives the guy a cheery wave of, "I'm so gonna fuck you up at one point."
This man's an Imperial necromancer. Help him with his body, so that we can get along our way. I do say, what is the hold-up, Captain? An Imperial fosser, sir. And there's a conversation going on. That ain't natural. I ain't touching that. I'll get the pox, or worse. There is no need. As long as you're not eating the corpse, that should be fine. There's a little thing that comes out onto his shoulder, which looks like an undead monkey. This creeps out the soldiers. They go almost running from the undead monkey that is screeching at them. Oh, Mr. Pickles, I told you to stay in your backpack. Now who is going to help me with this corpse? Whoever said Mr. Pickles early on, it was
like this clairvoyance where Marty got confused.
I'm like, are you in my OneNote? There's
It's
Mr.
dog.
Pickles.
Dog for cartoon.
Oh, okay, well, Mr. Pickles in this game is an undead monkey that lives with that is Radamer's maybe familiar. These two soldiers are refusing to go and pick up the corpse. Sir, the Stygians are refusing an order, sir. Oh, yes, they are very superstitious people. I suppose get one of the slaves to do it. 2 if you need to. Let's let Ugg have his rest on his hand. We want him all ready when we get to the slave market. That bastard conjurer sold me a whole lot of slaves, trying to eat me out of house and home. We only want a few of them. All right.
Is there more in the back somewhere?
What's that? No, there were no additional slaves. You don't know. You overheard a little bit of it, but you don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
2 soldiers come up. We need 2 volunteers. Or voluntold.
Sam is going to elbow Snowbeard, and you're muted.
Yeah, don't worry. Me and the boy will take care of it. And on his...
No.
This is man's work.
Yeah.
Dirty work. Yeah, get the dwarf out here.
Yeah. Fucking pussies.
What was that? Says Roger. He's smiling at you. He heard you.
What, are you deaf too?
I even know a bit of Dwarven, he says to you. Maybe he's being kind by telling you this.
Wait, hang on a sec. He looks at Sam. Are you friggin' kidding me? This is man's work and you let a half man come out?
Ah, he's strong. Besides, Ugg's got to rest his hand, says Roger. The other guy gives him a look like, why are you being friendly to these assholes? You know, like Roger might be ostracizing himself a bit.
Yeah. And Snowbeard looks at the guy who said that. He goes, you know what? He's right. You ought to watch it.
Come on.
'Cause...
You do pass by Zamicles. Zamicles, you get a glimpse into his, like, cushioned, beautiful interior, there are fresh flowers that are cut. You notice that his halfling has got a fan and is sort of waving the fan towards Zamicles. He's drinking something out of like a crystalline glass that you're pretty sure he would break if he squeezed with his big claws.
Is he looking at us?
Yeah, he's looking out the window. What's going on?
Okay.
These 2 soldiers are following you as fast as you're moving.
Yeah.
But you guys can...
I'm not going very fast. They're faster than us.
Snowbeard makes an effort to burp into the window as he walks by.
What are you doing? I'm trying to get one out.
Semicles just simply shuts the shutter. He's got special deaths for you.
As he approaches the body, he steps over it, and as he does so, he like teabags it, and then moving the body.
And there's this little tiny undead thing that is crawling around on this corpse cart. It is a grim thing to behold. It's got this weird like cage with a corpse inside of it that makes it look like the thing in the corpse is actually driving it, but the person in the driving seat is driving it.
Knowledge religion?
The little monkey's actually like tossing little bits of corpse shit at you, like when he sees you sort of teabagging the corpse. Oh, it's not natural. These guys are speaking in Stygian. These two soldiers don't really care. Maybe they've seen.
Don't know nothing.
Undead before.
Yep. I'm trying to move this corpse. Who the hell are the two of you? Are you the ones that drew the short straws?
Volunteers.
My name's Thunderlips.
Thunderlips. Interesting. And you
Call
are...
me Sam.
Sam. I am Radamer. The corpse rat.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Radamer.
Likewise. It is a rare thing when men volunteer for some sort of dirty work. You see, this one is difficult. If I pull too hard, the whole corpse will come apart, and that is not how I need my corpses. I need them intact, you see.
I see. Yeah, it's a two-man job. I moved enough bodies to know how to do this. Don't worry.
A top or something? Maybe a blanket?
Yes, there's a top in there. Pickles, get the top.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to roll it onto the top. We're going to try and lift them, okay? Because otherwise the guts just come spilling out and you got a mess, and then the gods, well, I guess it doesn't matter if the gods find us this time, right?
This is
Sam has this look of like, why would you know this, and what? And
I see you're a man that has picked many battlefields, perhaps. Yes, part of my profession is to go and do the things that others will not. I'm also a barber. And he smiles. He smiles at Samuel. Oh, dentist. Do any of your teeth ache?
They're all good. I mean, this one back here is chipped, but it hasn't bugged me in ages.
Well, do let me know when you need that one pulled.
You have a collection. You have a collection, don't you?
I have many collections, he says.
Of people teeth, though. Yeah, you're a collector. All right, let's move this thing.
Okay, they get a tarp.
Snowbeard whispers to the body,
Pickles is pointing at something and like freaking out in the cart, and Radamer just dismisses Pickles because he's a little shit. What he doesn't notice is that imp that's been spying on you guys is stealing some of Radamer's gold.
All right, dead guy. We're gonna call you Samicles because it makes me happy.
Okay, Radamer is just opening up the back of the cart and getting ready for the corpse there. Yeah, there are two obedient, quite, like, one of them twitches a little bit, and you realize that these things are animate.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll go first. You just shove from the bottom on the feet. You gotta use the heels, otherwise the feet might come right off.
It is rather ripe, says Radamer. Rather ripe.
But this guy's been out in the sun, what would you say? 3-4 days now?
Yes, it looks like he was stabbed in the gut. I'm not sure why, nor do I care.
That's a slow way to go.
It is. He crawled for some time.
I'm just checking to see if Great Fortitude counts as a feat that I can use the martial specialization for.
They successfully teach Radamer a good, probably a trick he already knew, but rolling the corpse up in the blanket, you got the corpse in the blanket, and then moving the blanket up, and then unraveling it. I knew I had that canvas for a reason. Well done. He gives you a silver coin.
Oh, I'm gonna be able to keep this, sure. But he sticks it in between his butt cheeks. They gotta take it from me first.
The two Imperial guards were not watching. The Stygian soldiers notice something going on, but he does give a dirty silver coin to you. He realizes his pockets are empty at this point in time. Zamicles has lost patience and has left the cart and is going to see what is going on. The little subservient Jorn, the him, is toddling behind him. I say, Captain, what is transpiring over here? Much apologies, says Radamer as he nods. He nods low. My cart got stuck a bit as I saw a corpse I could not resist. A corpse you couldn't resist? Interesting. They said that you were from the Order of Fossers. Fossers tend to, stay in place, guarding ossuaries and imperial monuments and, graveyards. My father is of the Order of Fossers. I was an apprentice for a time. I am here, out on the road of sorrow to seek my riches. Oh, are you a registered spellcaster, perhaps? Registered with the necromancers, yes. Necromancers? You're from Crypthead? From around there, yes. Oh, well, we are traveling the road on our way to, well, some of the imperial cities. To the slave market first. Slave market. Always good sources for corpses. Well, I do not mind sharing the road. We could always use a necromancer. Yes, safety in numbers, I suppose. I will travel with you and your companions here, as helpful as they are. What did you call yourself? Snowbeard? I forget.
Thunderlips is what he called himself.
Thunderlips here and... I'm sorry? Thunderlips? You mean Snowbeard? Whatever. And Sam, they seem to have the back and stomach for it. Perhaps I could have them help if we come across any other corpses. Oh, yes, they are most, agreeable, newly minted gladiators, but I suppose as long as their work if they clean up after their work. Yes, yes. It is quite safe. I will give them gloves next time. Very well, then. It'll be good to have you on the road. You and I should dine this evening when we make our circle. Agreed. Thank you, Snowbeard, Thunderlips, he says.
He just nods.
There's a bit of a tone like he does. He's not sure if you were trying to make fun of him or not.
So they give us 1 silver coin or 2?
1 each.
1 each?
Yep.
Okay.
Pickles throws a little bit of corpse dirt at you as you're going.
Here, boss. Fair payment for our work. And he presses the coin that he had between his butt cheeks into his owner's hand, to Damocles' hand.
Oh, wow. Yes, a silver. How wonderful.
Yeah. Enjoy your lunch.
Did he give you a silver as well?
Yeah.
You can keep yours. I'll keep Snowbeard's. He turns around and gives it to Joram the Hin. There you go.
This is the Mallrats.
Yeah.
This is the scene from Mallrats with the chocolate donuts. Oh, God. Well, if anybody in chat hasn't seen Mallrats, watch Mallrats and then understand. Fly, fat man, fly! Like,
all right. So Radamer goes, yeah, move it, Bones, move it, Weezer. Bones and Weezer are the names of his decrepit horses. Just look at how close to death they are.
Those are some unhealthy looking horses.
Pickles nestles himself and is checking the purse that is now, or like the bag for the purse that is now gone. And he's chittering to his master. His master, unfortunately, is not high enough level yet for them to share a language. So he just notices that Pickles is agitated, and he tells Mr. Pickles to calm down.
That cart is creepy as F. Like
that is an awesome cart. That is like concept art for friggin' Bloodborne level creepy.
The horses were actually part of the picture for the cart, but I separated them to make them independent little tokens.
Yeah.
So you can move them around.
So I can move them around, yeah. And then, of course, we added skeletons. Yeah, Radamer joins your little caravan. And Radamer, for the meta gamers, might be a possible master for the Ludus. He is a possible healer for the gladiators.
I would prefer my healer not to travel with a corpse pile. What with things like bubonic plague and etc.
Don't worry, there's magic for that.
Do you have remove disease at whatever level you are?
3rd level? Of course not.
Okay, I go back to my statements about bubonic plague.
All right, so Zamocles goes back into his cart as you guys are locked back into yours. Sam has a silver coin, which you can add to your character sheet. And you guys
I put it on there.
You have been accumulating things. Like, you each have leather armor at this point, right? Sam has a buckler and a silver coin.
A silver coin.
Yeah.
And a tunic.
Yep.
And some leather bracers and a... does the brand count as a tattoo in the wrist slot?
No, a magic tattoo could be added to...
You could add a tattoo on top? Okay.
Yeah.
Question about the function of chat hero points. Could one person accumulate more than one and do wacky shit? Or is that something that has to be collaborated? I would assume you probably could accumulate more than one to do wacky shit, and I'm assuming multiple people can get together to do wacky shit. Both of those seem appropriate to me.
You can, for hero points, spend 2 to outright save your character. The rules for hero points are generally here, and I can save that. We'll say that there's a maximum of 3 points in general for any one person at one time, just like you were a character. But let's see, hero points.
The use of hero points, it's the cheat death is 2 hero points, where you just say nah, and then special is you just pull them together to do a thing.
Sorry, that was not a proper copy paste. There are the hero point rules. All right. So you guys are continuing on to the slave market. You have Radamer, who basically his wagon pulls off to the side, and he'll pull up the rear. He kind of puts a jaunt in the step of the Stygian soldiers, which were like kind of trailing behind the caravan, as they find Radamer's cart absolutely creepy. And they whisper things like Nerol and Weejas when they see him.
Those are old god names.
These are old god names. Radamer is a registered necromancer, and this may tie into being allowed to worship. Another way on Tarak to be allowed to worship an old god without heavy scrutiny.
Okay. I'm just going to throw out there that you and Mark can keep going, but I kind of have to.
Yeah, it's one. So the next step is the slave market, where the papers that Zamocles had traded Thilana for, he is going to get a lot of slaves, which consists of a large group of slaves, of which have been mixed in. Slaves cost money to maintain. There are some potential gladiators that are mixed into the lot, and he's going to have to deal with having a lot of slaves and just to get at the 3 gladiators.
So he's bought a bunch of packs of magic cards, and he's got a bunch of like resource cards and a bunch of bullshit little goblin things, and then a bunch of like low level 1-point clerics, and there's like he's looking for rares.
he's looking for rares, and then perhaps he will set up a little bit of sport with the ones that he doesn't want to come with him. And what better way to get rid of those slaves
than a gladiatorial pit? Because right now I don't hate Zamocles. Am I supposed to hate him? Because I don't hate him.
The pendulum swings.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to hate the slaver.
But right now he's like all the other slavers are worse. Our slaver's not as bad as the other slavers.
He's still a slaver.
Yeah.
Don't make the dwarf right, Marty. Don't make the dwarf right.
What's going on? Where are those chase mythics? Drops 2 gold pieces on the kid. All right. Well, maybe the kid will have some gold pieces stuck in his book when he gets it next. Maybe there's a imp that is a
benefactor
that is causing problems. Yeah, there's an imp causing problems. Anyways, cool. I will figure out some XP for these guys. We already divvied out the XP for Ugg, Samuel, and Thilana's fight last time. Every one of the slaves will get XP, and I think the masters we're going to say get like a quarter or half XP, just representing them doing things in the background. And these are most likely going to be part of their ludus, but we'll have to find out for sure, because Thilana got sold in the meantime, and Snowbeard was this close to no longer being with them, and Ugg was almost crippled tonight. So there's no guarantee that this group is the one that finally reaches the place where all the masters are. But one potential master has joined the caravan of
Snowbeard
woe.
is unstoppable, okay, with his AC of 12 and his 1 hit die.
It's one of those things where you're locked in a cage with like a 3rd level brawler. if there's when it turns into like, things just happen.
I think this was a good night. So we kind of established a new character, Snowbeard, kind of heavily. We know what he's all about. There was slave trading. You now have this conjurer that's been thrown in the cart with you. Is he a slave? Is he not? You don't know. We spent a hero point to save Ugg, and we have met a necromancer along the road in his cruel cart. And then, of course, 5 new slaves have now become the newest gladiators in the Imperium.
Gosh.
Very cool, guys.
So
good
what
session.
Are we playing next is the question from the chat.
Yeah. When we play next, we play Saturday.
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 Probably.
Saturday
I won't be there, unfortunately,
our regular time. We'll run things on Saturday, and then we'll try to do a game in the middle of the week next week when I'm off.
Cool.
We shall see.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get my other players. So I've got another table of like in-person players. They've been asking me to play online. So we may see Matt or Luke or Neil pop in for one of these games, and I think this campaign is a good game to introduce new people. Of course, we have for these characters to look forward to when they reach the slave market. Who are those 3 slaves that are of high enough importance to have had the lot being bought by their master? Which sounds like some random rolls on the random tables. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's a good place to leave it. Hey guys, thanks for joining the stream tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us, play D&D. Man, this is the things that we love to do most. Drakester, Randomly, Quinta, Frozen Gnomes, Foxfire, Electrical Skateboard, and Big Boss Nemesis. For any of those that I missed, I'm sorry, but thank you for joining us. I hope you guys enjoy this as much as we do.
Really appreciate the interaction and the support. It's pretty freaking awesome.
Yep, awesome. All right, good night, guys. Have a fun day at work tomorrow, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Oh, it's gonna suck. I only had 4 hours sleep last night. This is gonna be bad.
Quit your whining. Night, guys.
Thanks. Good night.
Natural light.